Hi guys, great to be here with you today. I've been reminded of Esther recently, not just because her name is similar to the word Easter, but because she has such an amazing, powerful story and something that is worth our time looking into. Not only does she become a queen, she saves her people from being killed, she risks her life, there's treachery and snakiness in the story. Could actually make a really great film. I want to go through each main part in order, because that's how I like to do things. And at the start of her book, it doesn't even have Esther in it. It talks about another queen, Queen Vashti. I think the best way to describe her, or even a modern day comparison, is someone who's paved the way for others. When I think about that, people like Rosa Parks comes to mind straight away. Years before Martin Luther King had a dream, she sat on a bus where she shouldn't have. Mary Smith is another person. She first petitioned for women to have a vote in elections, which was about 70 years before Emmeline Pankhurst started the suffragette movement. And the people that would have made the first stand about translating the Bible into English, something that would have taken a couple of hundred years to eventually come about, but if it wasn't for those people in the first place, then we wouldn't be able to read the Bible for ourselves now. The fact is, I don't know a lot about the people that paved the way in history, and I think that's the point. Those people that pave the way, they don't get the limelight, they don't get the mentions, they don't really get remembered, which is sad really. They're pioneers and the people that helped the change happen. And without these people, the world wouldn't be at the stage it is now. And in fact, without those people, things would never change. They are the pioneers paving the way. Another natural comparison to Queen Vashti is John the Baptist, I suppose. John paved the way for Jesus, planting the seed in people's minds that these people care more about change than they do about themselves. And quite often, the reactions they get aren't very good. But sometimes, things are more important than ourselves. And I think Queen Vashti is in this category. Queen Vashti's story starts in Esther 1. She's the queen to King Xerxes, who actually is in the 300 film if you wanted to have an idea what he might look like if he was a movie star. In those days, I'm sure we're all aware, the king gets what the king wants. No one says no to the king. The king is too powerful and often too arrogant to let anybody get away with going against him. What Queen Vashti does doesn't sound like much, but it's a bit of a big statement. The king is getting drunk and partying with his friends and nobles, and he ordered that Queen Vashti come to them and to show everyone how beautiful she was. The Bible doesn't give us much detail after that, but reading into it, Queen Vashti isn't at the party for a start, probably avoiding it as much as possible, as she knows what drunk people can be like. But then to be beckoned by the king, just to basically be eye-goggled by a load of randomers, would have been really embarrassing and degrading for her. But the king requested it. Was there even a way out? This is when Queen Vashti takes her stand. She becomes a pathmaker for others after her. Well, they're not something she probably would have known at the time. She said no to the king. She wasn't going to go to the party. She stood up for herself, for the principle of it, and not putting her own safety first. It was very brave of her to do. As you can imagine, the king was furious. No one says no to the king, not just because of the arrogance of him, but what if others started to say no as well? If the queen does it, then why can't other people? The king had a difficult decision to make now. He gets together with the others, and they decide that Queen Vashti was not to be queen anymore, and that she could never enter the king's presence again. After this, Vashti isn't mentioned again. We don't really know what happened to her. There's so many people in the world that are like her, people that make a stand, people that pave the way, and that people are forgotten. But people with powerful stories, they're people with powerful stories that can give us encouragement, stories that can inspire us. What is it that you notice that has been the same for ages, but it's just not right? No one may have made a stand against it yet, but you will be the one that paved the way. Will you be the one that wants to see change above anything else? Queen Vashti did. There's loads of other people throughout history as well. You may not become well known for it, but that's not the point. God sees all the little things that we do. Maybe now is a time for you to make a stand. Be inspired by past forgotten heroes and be the path maker for those that come after you.